Hello everyone. This practice exercise is concerned on the proper naming of angles. Why is it that it's important for us to properly name angles? Take note that starting from this module until the next unit, we will be talking about figures involving different angles. And by determining or naming properly the names of the angles, it would be a help for us to distinguish one angle to another. There are three ways to name an angles, as discussed in our module. Number one, we could use the vertex or the point being shared by the two rays we call as sides of the angles. Second, we could use three different points. And number three, or the third way, is to name using a symbol, a letter, or a number that corresponds to the given angle. Let's try to name the possible names of angles here depending on what color we are going to talk about. Let's talk about this blue colored angle first. This blue colored angle here is an angled form by the ray XW and XZ having the same vertex X. Again, the first way of naming angle is by its vertex. So we could actually name is angle X. However, the vertex here, which is point X, is not a unique vertex for the blue colored angle. This is also the vertex for the green colored angle, and at the same time, the vertex for the red colored angle. That would mean if you're going to simply use or say it angle X, there might be confusions on which angle are we determining, or are we classifying, or are we talking about. Are we talking about angle X, the blue color one, or the green colored, or the red colored angle? This is the reason why, for most of geometrical figures, we do not actually use a vertex alone. Okay? If it's convenient for us to use the vertex only and it's not shared by the other angles, it's okay. But if in situations like this, the use of the vertex alone could not differentiate the blue colored angle from the other colored angles here. So we are going to go away with the use of the blue of the vertex. The second way, which will actually be possible here, is by with the use of three different points. These three different points are the points found on the sides of the angle, or the rays being used to describe that angle. For angle here, for the blue colored angle, we have two rays. We have ray XW and XZ. So we will be using here points X, W, and Z. But how do we arrange it? Take note that this is a symbol for angle, but we need to name this one. How do we use it? It's not enough for us to say XWZ, because this would mean that there is an angle with vertex W. Because if we talk about naming an angle with three different letters, the middlemost letter is the vertex, or the point, which is common to the two rays we call as sides. So this notation is incorrect because the vertex here is X, and X should be placed in the middle. So we could name this as angle WXZ, or you could also use here X in the middle, but we start with Z here, ZXW. Again, don't forget that if you're going to name an angle using three different letters, the middlemost is the vertex. Next is by the name of this angle, the blue colored angle, using the third way method, the use of the symbol like letters or numbers. Here, we already given with a small letter here. The reason why I have placed here small letter is for us to differentiate the use of the capital letters and the small letters. Okay, if we talk about capital letters, most of the time, we are going to use it to denote points. And those points will then be part of line segments, lines, rays. So they are capital letters. But if we talk about angles, let's use small letters such as angle A. We could also use numbers here and even the Greek letters alpha, beta, so on and so forth. But depending on the given, our given is A, so we use angle A. That's for the blue colored angle. Next is for the green colored angle. The green colored angle is again, will not be able to use the vertex as its name. Again, because the vertex here, point X, is shared by three angles. So let's proceed to using three different points, wherein X, the vertex, is in the middle. Here for angle, the green colored angle, it is bounded by rays xy and xw. So the other 2 points are y and w. So we could actually here use yxw or angle x in the middle, yx as wx, sorry, y. And the second name for this possible name is the use of the letter here, angle B. And finally, for the red colored angle, which is actually the biggest one, the combination of both, is bounded by the rays xy and xz. X again cannot be used as alone, but could actually be used as part of the three-lettered name using y, xz, or angle z, x, y. And then we have here the label here, C, that corresponds for the biggest one. So we have the angle C. Again, the importance for this is that when we deal with figures later on, we deal with a lot of more complex geometrical figures, relationships, when you are only given with the name of the angle and no just a complex figure, you would automatically know that if we talk about this, the vertex is X, the middlemost. Okay, so this is how we name angles using the second and the third method, because then again, the first method is not possible as X here, the vertex is shared by three different angles. So please be prepared to name angles later. We will see you in the next video. Goodbye.